Eric Clapton's solo from Crossroads on Wheels of Fire was one of those solos that grabbed the attention of so many guitarists of the 1960s and 70s, including me. It has lots of things that you can incorporate into your own play, so let's have a look. I remember being in my first garage band. Actually, it was a basement band, but the same idea. We were all hanging out after the band practice, and the drummer's sister brought down an album for us to listen to. It was Cream's Wheels of Fire, and the song was Crossroads. Now, the other guitarists in the band and I knew our basic minor pentatonic, but we had just started to learn the major pentatonic through the Zeppelin song Black Dog. Now, that main riff is mostly minor pentatonic, but the solo at the end is mostly major pentatonic. But when we dug into Clapton's solo, we found that there was even more. And remember, back then it was listening intently to the record and then picking up the needle, moving it back, listening again, and doing that over and over until you sort of got it. So clearly, if we put in all that work, we must have really been into that solo. Well, let's have a listen to the first half of that solo, and then we'll pull some of those tricks out of it. There's a complete lesson on the full solo that's in my membership site. That's linked in the description if you're interested. So what can we take away from this solo? A lot. But before we get into the specifics, let's take a look at the two structures that Clapton used in this part of the solo. The A major pentatonic box with its extension, and the A minor pentatonic box with its extension. Hopefully you saw that those two structures were exactly the same, just shifted on the fretboard. Okay, let's get to what we can take away from this solo. First, there's Clapton's famous minor and major pentatonic moves. He starts out his solo on the A, the 1 chord, using the major pentatonic in the box position. And that gives him licks like this. But that's not all. He moves up the neck using the extension, as you saw in the last lick, and then he blends the major pentatonic and the minor pentatonic together in the same position. Check it out. Here's the A minor pentatonic at the 5th fret, and now here's the A major pentatonic extension added into that. Now here's that second lick. I think it's really cool how Clapton started it in A major pentatonic, but then mid-lick he shifted over to A minor pentatonic. But then we get to the 4 chord, the D, and Clapton does something that's barely noticeable, but it's a standard thing that's done in blues and blues rock. While the A chord, the 1 chord, is a bit of a shapeshifter, it can take both A minor pentatonic and A major pentatonic well. When we shift to the D chord, we usually stick with the A minor pentatonic. Why is that? Here's an A triad. Notice the C sharp here. That's the 3rd of A, and it's a good note over that chord because it's literally part of the chord. It's a chord tone. Now here's a D triad. That C sharp, which is part of the A major pentatonic but not the A minor pentatonic, sounds really sour over that D chord. Here's how both the D and the C sharp sound together. Yuck. For that reason, we usually stay away from the A major pentatonic when playing over the D chord in the A blues. But there's so much more to get from the solo because his phrasing on it is just so masterful. For example, there's his famous stutter step. And there's his quick slides. And there's his awesome turnaround lick. And if you want to learn those, click on this playlist right here, because you'll learn those tricks plus a lot more. So click here, we'll see you in the next video, and we'll see you on down the road.